Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for gentle yoga. We did this last week and I loved it. So I thought we would do this again. Today, it's all about hips. So I've got a lot of people in my life who are hard on their hips, give their hips no love. So whether you are a runner or a CrossFitter or a couch potato or whatever you are, you could probably benefit from this flow. It will be nice and simple. We'll go slow, and you can have two blocks, maybe a strap. I don't have anything here at the studio, so I'll let you know when I think you could use those appropriately, or you can just deem what's appropriate for yourself. Okay? Awesome. Let's just stand nice and tall to begin. Hands to your sides. And just rock back and forth on your feet until you feel nice and even. Hands come to heart center. Breathe in. Nice long exhale. Close down the eyes or just take your gaze lightly at the fingertips. Start to come inside the body a little bit more introspective. Connect inward to self instead of listening to all that outside noise. What's valuable to you? What needs nourished, taken care of? So important to be connected. Because if we're not connected with ourselves, how are we supposed to have a healthy connection to anything else in life, to other people, to our communities, to the world? If we don't have true compassion for ourselves, how can we have compassion for all those other things? It starts here. And as we focus on connectedness, I'd like you to dedicate your practice to something you would like to feel more connected to. Breathe it in and send it out. Let's breathe into a really tall mountain pose. And just take a side bend to one side. We'll stay here for just a moment. So strengthen your knees up toward pelvis. Legs are on. Oh, and you'll just feel the breath really fill in this entire space. Breathe out to deepen. Breathe in center. Exhale, second side. Just go far enough that you feel something. No pain. Breath doesn't stop. And you can breathe new life into this form. So it's kind of like a container. We twist the container, we fill it with a nice steady breath. We see what happens. We're like little scientists experimenting. And if you stay connected with the breath, you'll always know if you've gone too far. Always. Exhale to deepen. Breathe in, mountain. And exhale, hands behind back. Just interlace your hands behind your back like so. And as you breathe in, take a nice big old back bend. I don't like to open my chin. I don't know why. And so I keep my chin tucked, but you are more than welcome to look up and back. How's the breath here? Breathe out. Breathe in. Mountain pose. Interlace your fingers once more. As you exhale, push them forward. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then breathe here. Drop your shoulders down on your back. And you'll feel this really nice hollow back. Or actually a hollow tummy. Concave. Actively press forward for this last breath out. And then breathe in, come all the way up. Take your feet a little bit further apart. I like mine pretty far. And take a little box stretch up top. We'll take 2 sunflowers each direction. Just gently up and over to one side. Go very slow, especially if you get head rushes. You're almost like a windmill. Stretch out to the sides, out of your hips. When you come down, press your booty back and stretch up and out. At the top, you'll switch directions. Stretch up and out and down. And then come all the way back up. So important to follow your own pace here. Just find a nice big star pose. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, wide legged forward fold. Stay here for a few breaths. Knees can be your control center. If I bend my knees, I feel less tension on the backs of my legs. If I straighten them, there's more tension on the backs of my legs. And let gravity do its work. Really not a lot of trying here. There's plenty of sensation to keep you connected to the present moment. Take your mind's eye deep within the vessel and just search for what you're feeling where. Take your hands to the ground, halfway lift in your upper body, heels in Malasana Yogi squat. This is a great place for a block underneath your bum. Some people like 2 blocks underneath their bum. And we'll just do a little bit of back and forth here, but a twist. Ah. And feel how your leg bone sits up into its hip socket. If there's any pain, I'd welcome you to come to horse pose instead. Here, maybe instead, okay? So just test, feel, investigate, because how do we know how to serve something if we haven't really listened to it and connected with it yet? Perfect. If it feels okay, to deepen forward, slightly let your chin round in. Hello, hips. On a personal note, I've been sick for the past 5 days. No talking, no yoga, bed. And so this feels really, really nice. I can feel how much it's needed. My body is so grateful slash angry for the past 5 days that I haven't done anything. But really, it is great to be practicing with you all. I'm very, very grateful I get this time with you. Perfect. From here, halfway lift, straighten your legs, and then very slowly fold in half with your feet right underneath your hips. Perfect. All the way up now, mountain pose. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart, right where we started. Let's practice balance, shall we? It's hip day. So I thought a little figure 4 might be on the menu. Right foot down, left ankle up and across, right knee. I'm pretty flexible, so I will probably go a little bit further to find sensation. You do you. Once you've got your shape, you laser lock in with your gaze. Back of neck is nice and long. The hum of the breath is the undercurrent that still connects mind to body. Now, the transitions are just as important as the postures. So take your time to stand all the way up and come back up. to standing at attention, equal standing posture. And feel the difference. One hip has just worked, one hip has just opened. Let's take the other side. Right ankle, left knee, balance on your left leg. It just occurred to me, you guys might have thought that I had COVID, so that I was sick. I had a negative COVID test and a positive strep test. I am no longer icky. I'm not contagious, okay? But yes, I've never been more exhilarated to have strep in my entire life than when I got that negative COVID test. Who would have thunk, right? Which hip is trickier? Some of us have hip issues, right? Be a little bit more cognizant of what you're doing there. Never push beyond what that hip says to do, what your doctor says to do. Very good. Come all the way back up, standing at attention. Widen your legs now for our warrior series, our little sun bee. Right leg dips down into a lunge. Left leg is strong and long. Warrior two. My mat is really slippery. You can tell sometimes that you got to fight just a little bit more to stay up. Don't let any of those small distractions waver you. You've got that intensity of a warrior. There's nothing that could take you away from the task at hand. Perfect. Straighten your leg. Let's flip opposite direction, shall we? Left toes turn out. Knife edge of right leg parallel to the back of the mat. Sink into your left lunge. Did you hear that hip pop? Perfect for the hip class. And then we stay to breathe. Straighten your front leg. Okay. You can wag out your hips if you need a little bit more blood flow for your appendages, some knee popcorns there. Let's go back to the right side. We've got two more postures on this side. We'll do them together. First one is extended side angle. Take your warrior two legs and simply come forward and down. Now this one is very much open hipped. I've got a lever here, a lever to push open my thighs. Heart rotates up. Your core is active, right? If I were to take this arm away, my core would not go anywhere. Awesome. Straighten your front leg, inch in your back foot. We'll come into triangle pose. A block would be great here. You also have this entire shin that you can slide up and down on. Find exactly what you need. If the breath has stopped, restart. Unlock your front knee. Come back up through neutral. Extended side angle to the left. I'm pretty sure they just cleaned this mat. Yep, at least we know things are clean around here, right? Extended side angle. I was gonna flip it, but I think that side is just as juicy. Use your glutes, really harden them to open your top hip up. If I were to be watching you, I might not even perceive that that top hip had come back, but you could feel it just slightly, very nuanced. I'll invite you to come into triangle pose now. Back foot walks in to glide right into your triangle pose. This is hard work. We call it gentle yoga, but this is hard work. And the body doesn't need much. The mind doesn't need much. Just needs a little bit of attention. This gentle yoga is super effective, at least in my experience. Perfect. Bend into your front knee. Come all the way back to center. Equal standing pose. Breathe in, get tall. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, we'll come to plank. And it's gentle yoga, so we can do it from the knees. Whatever works for you. I'm going to take this opportunity while you're in plank pose to actually get a drink so I can continue talking. Again, first time I've talked in 5 days, so let's keep that lubricated. And yes, I picked the right time to come and get my drink, I know. Perfect. Take a breath in, and then slowly come all the way down to the belly. Okay, here we go. Couple of back bends here. So, hands underneath, a little bit further forward than your shoulders. We'll come into seal pose. Tops of my feet are really heavy. My legs don't have to be sandwiched together. That can hurt my low back sometimes. I like them spread just a little bit. Start to press into the floor. And find a nice back bend here. Seal pose. Abs are turned on. So if I were to disengage and kind of dump, that would be unhealthy for me. I want everything in the muscles turned on. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just take one cheek to the earth. And feel that heartbeat right at your aorta, your descending aorta. I can always feel it right above my navel. And even if you can't feel that, can you feel the shape change in the belly as you breathe? This place where you were once connected to your mother. This place that connects all of your body together. Let's take one more back bend. I will call out Locust Pose. I think it is important to open up for the front sides of our legs as well. We'll activate the back sides of our legs. Forehead can be down to begin. Exhale. As you inhale, lift everything. And breathe on that belly. You can still feel the ebb and flow as the breath pushes down on those vital organs, cleansing them. Stay with me for one more breath in. Breathe out, opposite cheek to the floor. Windshield wipers through your legs. Slow motion. Perfect. From here, please take your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll shift back into plank from our knees and come forward for half pigeon pose with your right knee. I've got some modifications for you if this is not your jam. First of all, half pigeon right here. Option to bring your shin bone parallel to the top of the mat if you need more sensation. If you need less sensation, roll off onto your right butt cheek and bend your left knee to a 90-degree angle for 90-90 pose. You could even put this to sleep if you wanted to as well. This will be different for everybody. This is why I'm giving you options. I want you to come to some place where you feel some sensation to chew on, because that's the part of the body that you need to connect with to bring yourself back into balance. Okay, so find where you need to be. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just dial down into the posture. Let it be the only thing you focus on. We're looking for maybe an 8 out of 10 sensation here. You've got some pretty major blood flow that comes through your legs. And this compression to come down on top of it like this, it's a really healthy way to boost the circulation. Not during the actual pose, but overall. If you feel like coming out of the posture already, that means it's doing its job. The pose should nag at you a little bit. There should be some things in your yoga practice that teach you patience. Let them do their job. And now slowly, it's time to come up. And I want you to do this at a snail's pace because we've been here for just a little while. So notice how you feel. And then in your own way, ah, bring it up and back. I like to bend, twist, and open. Maybe shake it out a little bit and prepare for second side. Half pigeon pose or 90-90. Okay? And 90-90, I really feel on this side. Actually, I need on this side, so I might do that a little later. But I want to make sure that I also get this outer spiral of this hip if I needed it on the other side. Yes, and I do. Take a deep breath in and exhale just to let your body weight contribute to the benefit of the posture. Allow the bones to get heavy. Allow your mind to take a break from solving, from searching for answers. I was very lazy with my social media for the past year, and it felt amazing. And I think it's because we all want to be connected. We all want to be seen. We all want to hear what other people have to say, be up to date. But really, at the end of the day, being connected online leaves me feeling more disconnected. And as messy as this year has been, there's been some real silver linings to how connected rather I felt with myself, with my family, with the people who really mattered to me. There are things that nourish us by plugging in, right? Like doing yoga together. But there are other things that leave us feeling more isolated, competitive, separate. And so to notice when those things get in the way and to come back to this, what we're doing now, connectedness. And isn't that what yoga means? To connect. It means to yoke, to bring together that which feels fragmented. Society needs a little bit more of that. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Make sure we don't cheat the left side. It's often cheated. And then just as careful as you were on the other side. Oh, we'll peel up. Take a moment to notice and then shift. Welcome to gently move through your hip. Shake it out. I'll invite you around onto your seat. Most of my clients like to sit up on blocks for this next little bit of yoga. So please put a block or two underneath you if you need. Butterfly or cobbler's pose. Let's take a little bind. Yogi peace fingers right around big toes. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just lean forward as far as you need to. To feel now a little bit something different here. Elbows, if you need, can press down, so you could get pretty severe with that. But this feels good right about here, so I'll just let the tissues soften and assimilate. One of the biggest things to practicing at home is finding a soothing space in order to do your practice. Right now, I have this gentle rain behind us. People know not to bug me in the studio. And so notice that if your yoga doesn't really feel like you time, maybe there's a place where you can create some boundaries, some privacy, or maybe just breathe through the distraction. I don't know how many times I hear my kids come in while I'm meditating and they say, "Oh, mom's meditating again." And I try not to respond. I just try to keep on. It's hard, but I'm getting better at it. Slowly come on up. And let's make our way onto our backs for our final little bit. It should feel nice. Just to lengthen out. Feel your body before you make any sort of shape. Good. We'll take both knees into our chest for a twist today. If you have a block, I really recommend it between your knees. That's what I like. Okay? So as you breathe in, squeeze knees. And as you exhale, take them over to the left Just take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feel these spaces move freely. Your heart, your space of connection, compassion. Your belly, your place of connection, self-worth, determination. Just dawned on me that you're at home probably, and you probably have couch cushions. That would be magical in this space right there. Ah, really healthy for the low back. So if you have nice big couch cushions, use them. Use all the things. You know me by now. Just use all the things all the time. Let's shift gently through center. Mhm. And then second side, shift your pelvis. Find your legs over, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Remember, there's nothing to solve, no answers to find. Give yourself a moment to connect in. Our last posture today will be half happy baby's pose. We'll come in through happy baby. Legs will dial back to center. If you can reach your feet, feet. If you can reach your ankles, find what's best for you. Happy baby, settle in. From here, let your left leg go long on the mat, front of your hip, right here. You might even put a little gentle pressure with your left hand. Let the back of your left knee be heavy onto the ground. It won't touch, but you can just kind of feel how the leg can settle a little bit more. This is intense. If you feel resistance, welcome to a very large club. Relax the back of your head down and into your mat. Plug your right shoulder back down and into the mat. And then slowly come back up to happy baby's pose. Capture your left side, release your right. And I feel like the slower I go, the more I feel. Always have that nice slow pace about your yoga practice. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Again, all the same cues. Soften your right leg. Soften the back of your head. Soften the back of your shoulder. If your head is lifted off of the ground, you've gone too far. You can hold behind your left knee or somewhere else. And for Shavasana today, I'll call out Supta Baddha Konasana. I feel like this is most pleasurable when I have a block under each knee. So if you have blocks, awesome, take it there. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. Remember, there's something that you came here to connect with. So let that just be your single pointed focus. What do you want to connect with for the next several moments or so to strengthen in your real life? Take a deep breath in and fully exhale to release control of your breath and trust that I'll bring you out in just a moment. Take a smile, take a swallow, take an inhale, and a sweet stretch. As you exhale, just rock over to one side and pause. And let yourself be filled and fueled by all these good things that you practice in yoga. Let them translate into your life, into your relationships, into your community. All the positivity, take it with you in the pants of your little Lululemon pocket. And then bring that all up to a nice tall seat. We'll close our time together as if on purpose. Just bring your hands softly over your heart. It's said that we all have sat. Sat is that first sparkle of existence within us. It's a yogic term. And when we say namaste, it basically means that that first sparkle of existence, that magic of the universe that resides within me, I see that in you as well. And I honor it. And if we see that, doesn't that mean we're connected? So as we go forward, may we remember that each and every person we encounter, we are somehow connected with on this level. May we respect them. May we cherish them, just as we do ourselves. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice. It's such a pleasure getting to do this gentle restorative yoga. You can see I'm selfish and I do it myself instead of having people come. Anyway, take care. You all have a good week, and I'll see you soon.